Book 2. It's Friday. Oh, I needed Friday. I couldn't wait for you. I was ready for Friday on Monday. I had a very, very hard, long week. It wasn't really work related. I mean, I had month end because of accounting. So a lot of like deadlines happening this week. But I had a lot of family issues. I don't really go in depth here because I'm not exactly comfortable yet really discussing a lot of my personal life. But let's just say not all family is positive. The family can be very toxic. So I have one of those kind of families. As much as I want to say, one second, my cat's going to knock over the phone. She's very curious about this phone. Let me put her back if she'll stay. Because you're a curious cat. She wants to check out everything on this window sill here. So yes, I'm so glad it's the weekend. I need some comfort reading. And so funnily enough, talking about like this family stuff I have going on. The first book that I'm going to be talking about is one that a lot of people have been talking about. And this is one of the books I had a huge long hold on. But it came into my library, so I had to read it before it's gone, and I probably won't see it again for months and months. So that's Maybe You Should Talk to Someone by Lori Gottlieb. And it's one I'm reading today. I'm about halfway through it now. And it's kind of perfect timing because myself, I have gone through a lot of counseling and therapy as a young child because, like I said, family can be toxic, and I didn't have good parents is what I want to say, and so I had to go through a lot of counseling and therapy to kind of work my way through that all the way through high school and some of college, but after that I feel I'm okay enough not to be needed to be in therapy due to my family issues. So yes, anyway, I can relate a lot to this book because I went through basically a decade of therapy, but still it's a very insightful book because it's told from the perspective of a therapist, and it's not only her experience with different clients, and you learn quite a bit about psychology and how the mind works, and the different avenues, personality disorders or mental disorders, but it's also her herself going through therapy because she has some upheaval in her life, and so she seeks out a counselor to kind of work through that. And so you get different aspects of therapy, if that makes sense. So yes, I'm going to be finishing that tonight probably. And then the next book, my cat, here she goes again. One second. I think I put her back because she's just going to, I know she's going to knock it over, and then I don't want to film all over again. She's cute though. So yes. The next book, because I said I need some comfort reading, is Matilda by Roald Dahl. And this book was brought to my attention through the book year tag or something like that, the year of tag, where I looked at a specific year, 1988, which was the year of my birth, at different books that came out. And so Matilda was one of them, and I have never read it. And so I thought this would be a good nudge for me to pick it up. And so thanks to that tag, I'm finally going to be reading Matilda. I've seen the movie multiple times, and I've always loved it. And I've always wanted to be able to swish my finger and have stuff come to me. That would be so cool. So yes, I'll be reading that one. And I don't really need to give a description, I don't think, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you know the storyline. And then the other one I'm going to be reading is a kind of like a Southern contemporary women's fiction, I guess you'd say. I read a lot of this author. It's Dorothea Benton Frank. I read a lot of her in middle school and high school because I love her setting. This one's Shem Creek. It's a low country tale. And she has a series, the Low Country Tales. This is number 4. And I read a lot of her kind of like as a kid because I loved her setting because I'm from the South and I could really picture where she's at. And the writing, it just kind of flows and it's just easy. And her characters are real strong, has a real strong personality. So this one, I'll just read a brief description. It says, meet Linda Breland, single parent of 2 teenage daughters. The oldest, Lindsay, okay. Anyway, the oldest, Lindsay, who always held her younger sister in check, is leaving for college, and Gracie, her Tasmanian devil, is giving her nightmares. Linda's personal life? Well, between the married men, the cold New Jersey winters, her pinched wallet, and her ex-husband, who marries a beautiful, successful woman 10 years younger than she is, let's just say, Linda has seen enough to fill 1,000 pages. As the story opens, she's going barreling south to Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, the land of her ancestors, and so it sounds like she's gonna seek asylum in her her hometown or family, and so yes, I'm excited for this one. It'll be nice to dive into an author that I haven't picked up probably in 15 years. Yeah, I haven't read her since she was, but I loved her when I read her, and then I kind of sought out different books. But it's nice, kind of nostalgic in a way. And I guess a lot of people talk about Harry Potter and how nostalgic they were for that series. And I read that as a kid too. But I was always a reader, and I read a lot. And so this is an author that it'll be nice to dive back into her world, I guess you'd say. And then the other book, I'm just like the other book and the other book and the other book, is one that's for Steve Downing, who's read along this month for this week. He's breaking it into individual books, and so this one is actually a reread for me, and it's Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad, with a very intriguing cover. So this one is, like I said, it's a reread for me, and I didn't love it the first time, but I'm more than happy to give it a second go. It's a dark allegory, and for me, I really have a hard time with like allegory stories. I don't know, maybe they're trying too hard. I don't know what it is, but I just find myself never really enjoying. I think it's because I can't lose myself completely in the book because it's doing all this other stuff in it. But so this says it describes the narrator's journey up the Congo River and his meeting with and fascination by Mr. Kurtz, a mysterious personage who dominates the unruly inhabitants of the region. And so it's a blend of adventure, character development, psychological penetration. And it's considered Conrad's finest work. And so I haven't read anything else by Joseph Conrad. It's just been The Heart of Darkness. So yeah, I'm willing to give it a second go, and I'll see what other people say when Steve Donahue does his video. And so the last one, I promise it's the last book I'm going to be talking about for this weekend, is I'm not going to be completely finishing this book, but it's one I want to dive into a bit. Is The Dinosaur Heresies, New Theories Unlocking the Mysteries of the Dinosaurs and Their Extinction by Robert T. Baker. And this is one that I was super duper excited to get from my used bookstore, because I've been looking for this book for a while and I've been meaning to read it, and so I have to dig in a little bit of this. I'll show some pictures. There's a couple of illustrations that would be nice to look at, and the font's pretty big. So where's the other picture I was going to show you? I'll just flip through it one second. The font's pretty big, so I should be able to get into to read it pretty quickly. So here's the font. You can kind of see it's pretty big. So yes, but I don't want to read it all this weekend. I'm just gonna maybe a chapter or two here and there. So yes, those are the books I'm reading this weekend. Let me know if you've read any of these, and we're gonna be reading this weekend. For me, my personal plans, aside from all this reading I'm gonna be doing, not too much. I'm thinking about going hiking tomorrow morning, and we're gonna me and my boyfriend are gonna go have lunch at our favorite Indian restaurant. I love it so much. I could go every weekend, but I try and stagger it out to once, maybe twice a month, because I could just, it's a buffet, so I could eat. I don't like buffets normally. I don't, but because I think the food's kind of bland and just yeah. But for this place, I love this place. So yes. Other than that, I can't think of anything else we're gonna be doing. I was originally going to go to an author signing. Not author signing. It's more of like an author talk. Pam Houston's book that I read a couple weeks ago. She's in my area actually, but my boyfriend's plans conflict with this, and we share one car, and so it had to be either what I want to do or what he want to do. But since his is work related, it's not required, but he has more connection to this than what I want to do. So I had to give up that plan. But yeah, I don't often go to author signings or speaker events, but I would like to. So I think I'm gonna maybe look in the future for because I read quite a few new releases, not a lot, but I do. And so I think from now on, if I see a book that on my to be read list or one I've read that's in this year, then I'll see if there's any what their events are like in my area. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. So yeah, thanks. See you soon, BookTube.